Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Total War Rome 2. Now before we begin this particular video, I have to tell you that my experience when it comes to Total War games is pretty much nil. This is the very first Total War game that I'm actually playing. I've never played a Total War game before, so feel free to make fun of me and correct me on any mistakes that I might make during the First Impressions. I will still try my best to give you guys a good idea what the game is about. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Just basically keep in mind that my experience is not that great. Also would like to thank very much to Ecoplay of Portugal for providing me with this review copy to be able to make this First Impressions video. Now then, let me tell you guys about Rome Total War. Now, my first impressions of the game is, for starters, I had a couple of problems, and that is because of the game's optimization. Now, if you don't have like a bleeding edge system, a really powerful processor, which in my case, the processor happens to be the bottleneck. It is an AMD Phenom 2, whatever, 970, and it's like 3.5 gigs. And it's like, apparently that's not enough to run the game like on maximum settings. So let me just show you guys in case you guys are wondering. The way that I'm doing it right now is I actually have anti-aliasing on. I like to use VSync when I'm recording because otherwise you guys can see the screen tearing, and that kind of pisses me off. Anisotropic filtering at 4 times, and the rest of the settings, I mean, just pause the video and watch these settings if you want. One of the big deals I've been told is the shader model, because if you use shader model 3, it will actually go closer to the settings of DirectX 9 or something like that. I don't know, but either way, this is the type of stuff I had to do to actually get it to run at a decent frame rate. Anyways, let me tell you guys a little bit about the game itself. So, I am playing as a Britain faction, which is called Iceni, I believe. I can actually go to the thing here. Yeah, this is me, Iceni. I'm not exactly sure what kind of faction this is, but it said they were referred to as the Painted Ones, so I kind of got that like Braveheart vibe, which I'm sure that it has nothing to do with it, because Braveheart is obviously the Scottish, and this is not Scottish, it's Britain. But still, they were a warrior tribe, and they were up in the north, and I was like, yeah, I like that. I like what that, I like the sound of that, so I'll go with that. So you start up here in this little province, and if you pick any other faction, you basically will start someplace else. And as you start in this province, this kind of is your capital. So this is my capital city. And I'm basically right now, I'm kind of saving up to invest more and more in my capital city. I'm not exactly sure if there is a turn counter or something, but apparently I'm at the year 2030, not 2030. I'm at the year 230 BC. I don't believe that there's like a turn counter apart from that date. I'm not sure how many years pass every time that your turn passes, but yeah, I've been playing quite a few turns. And so far, I've actually had quite a couple of interesting things happen. Like, for instance, there was a faction here called the Brigadiers or something. And I came here, I beat the living crap out of them, I conquered them, and eventually that faction even ceased to exist. Then I was attacked by someone else, they took this place back, and then I came back here, I took the place back from the other guys, and I was able to resurrect the faction. It's like completely crazy stuff. So this is the campaign, the campaign, by the way, the single-player campaign. And the stuff that you can do here gets really detailed. Like, for instance, this is one of my armies. This is my biggest army of all, the Spear Runners. I haven't really customized anything in terms of names or anything, but this is my biggest army of all. They're the ones who have been doing conquests and stuff. All the other armies are just like here for show, really. Like, this army is completely useless. I've never used this army even once. So I'm actually going to have to go ahead and replace them eventually, because as your culture evolves, you will eventually be able to build better units. Sometimes you can upgrade them. Like, there's a menu here that allows you to upgrade them, retrain them. But I can't do that right now. I don't know why. Once again, I'm not super versed in Total War games. So I own these 3 settlements right here, right? I own Rurikhan. I also own Camulodunum, which is my capital city. I can't even say my capital city. And I own Ishka, which I conquered from someone else. currently I'm in a peace treaty with these guys from Moridunon, and the main reason why I'm in a peace treaty with them is because I actually can't declare war on them because they would just kick my ass with this army over here, the Swords of Power. It's a really big army, and these guys have just like a ton of armies because they only have one city. So I'm kind of spread thin throughout 3 cities, whereas my other enemies are like really just on their one city and just massing forces. But either way, what can you do during your turn? Well, you can move your armies and you can attack enemies. You can attack other factions and stuff like that. So for instance, let's say I'm here, and this is actually something which is part of a larger plan that I've been cooking up, which is I've been basically sacking this village constantly. And the interesting thing is I'm at war with these guys over here, Eblana, and this guy is one of my agents, which I actually converted. I believe that this guy used to be an Eblana, and I converted him to work for me. So that's something that you can do if your agent is persuasive enough, because you can have agents in the game that work like spies, and you go into other people's cities and do all kinds of nefarious stuff. Like you can poison their wells and yeah. But let's go a little bit back to the basics. So what do you have to worry about on your own faction? So whenever you click one of your cities, it's going to tell you all the stuff that you own in that particular region. Is it called region or province? No, region. I think it's region, right? Is this Britannia as well? No, this is Caledonia. Okay, so it's province. Yeah, province. So it shows everything in that province. So as you can see, I own this place, and this place. And like I said, the game definitely needs optimization. I'm getting a lot of frame drops, and I'm just in the campaign map, for crying out loud. And this is the one that I do not own. Now, if I owned everything, I would be able to do things like pass edicts, which are like special laws and all kinds of crazy stuff, which is the reason why I want to just conquer these guys. But I'm not strong enough yet. But anyways, when you do that, you can actually look detailed at what everything that's happening, like how much wealth a certain city is generating, how much wealth something else, how many taxes are you getting from them. And this is all stuff that you have to manage, which is a little overwhelming, if I'm to be completely honest. But experienced Total War players will probably just do this stuff no problem. You also have this thing, Trade Finance, which allows you to basically increase taxes and whatever. This thing will tell you who your trade partners are. Like I said, I have a trade agreement with the Mitai, the Mitea, whatever. These guys over here. I have a trading agreement with them. I thought I had a trading agreement with someone else, but I guess not. It's only them. And then the summary tells you everything as well as profits and upkeeps and all that stuff. I don't even know why my profit is negative. It's because of all my armies. Because the bigger your armies are, the more resources they consume. And obviously, as you guys can see here, this army is pretty damn big. Now, recruiting new soldiers for your army is pretty simple. You just press the you just go to an army that's not full, because my other army is full, and you press recruit units. You choose what kind of unit you want to put in your army, and boom, that's it. Now I'm not really going to recruit anything, because if you guys notice, this here on the corner tells me how much money I have and how much money I'm making per turn. So let's say if I recruit these guys, I'm gonna have to spend 202 money, whatever the monetary currency system is. And I'm also going to have to pay 202 every single turn to upkeep them.
We need good fighters.
No. Don't do that. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to pay another 200 every single turn to keep them on my army. So right now I can't actually recruit anything.
Thirsty for battle.
And basically your objective is that this thing has a couple of win conditions. Should say here. So you have 3 types of win conditions that you can have, and those can be either chapter objectives, active
Details
missions,
of
ultimate objectives,
missions and victory
military
conditions are
victories,
stored here.
economic victories. Shut up. You can do either a military victory, an economic victory, or a cultural victory, and it's completely up to you. And basically what it says here for a cultural victory, completely control the following 6 provinces either by direct ownership or through military allies. And provinces is like a really big portion of land. Like, for instance, the province of Britannia is like all this. So I'd have to control this, then I would also have to control Hellas, which I don't even know where Hellas is. I haven't even discovered it. Let me see. Province. This is Celtica. I don't have to control Celtica for this. Aquantica. But yeah, basically you would have to find the Hellas province, and that is how you would eventually get a cultural victory. Then there's economic victory, which would mean I would have to hold 60 settlements, raise or sack 30 different settlements. Current total 3. And completely control the following 6 provinces, so you still have to control 6 provinces. Maintain trade relations with 20 factions. Either way, these are your ultimate objectives, and this is how you win the game. This is how you win the campaign. Now, as you play the campaign, they will give you different objectives. Like recently, I've received the objective to go ahead and conquer Eildon. So we're going to go ahead and do just that on this particular turn. So we're on none stance. We're fine. The main issue is that I have this agent here, and I currently don't have any agents in my own soil. So this guy can basically like be sabotaging my city and do all kinds of dumb stuff. That's scumbag. But we're going to go ahead and hit them back and hit them hard. Oh, there's actually no generals here? Oh, there's a general over there. Oh, this is no good. You see, the problem here is I'm deploying 1,230 forces, but they have a garrison army, as well as these guys over here reinforcing them, the noble stags. Which is interesting, because I should just not fight the city and fight these guys directly instead, which is a lot more useful. Because that way I can just kind of like isolate them and then beat the crap out of them. So we're actually going to break siege here. And let's see, can I even reach these guys? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to wait until next turn. But next turn I'm basically going to go ahead and beat the crap out of these guys over here. And after I beat them up, I'm going to go and beat up their city. And these guys are what? This is a mustering stance, right? It seems mustering. Left click to inspect. Doesn't look like I can actually see what their stance is. Oh, yes, it is. You guys see over there that little circle in the bottom? That is the symbol for mustering stance. So what that means is that they're actually recruiting people and replenishing their forces. Apparently they were attacked by someone. I wonder who. I think that probably these guys might have attacked them because I convinced them through diplomacy to join me in the war against them. That's another very interesting thing, is diplomacy. Diplomacy is just something that I really like to explore in these kinds of games. Despite the fact that I don't play them often enough, I really do like to fool around with diplomacy quite a bit. So if we look here at the Metii, they currently have a trade agreement with me and a non-aggression pact, and they're also at war with Caledones. And the reason they're at war with Caledones is because I told them, look, you guys need to join up and gang up on these guys with me. So they're helping me out. And the thing is, these guys are really allied with the Abdani, and I'm at war with the Abdani, which is just like this complete just mind-blown situation. Because the game engine allows for these kinds of situations, which I think is great. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm at war with the Abdani, and the strategy that I'm employing is this province is the Caledonia and Hibernia is this side and this side. So that's the main reason why I haven't really conquered the Caledones. And you guys are like, what the hell are you even talking about? Well, here's the thing. The public happiness, this rating over here, public order, is shared across the entire province, right? So I can't go directly and attack these guys because I'm way too far away. However, I can be a pain in the ass to their public order by simply causing all kinds of bad stuff to happen here, which I have been doing. I basically keep raiding this place and sacking it, but I never really conquer it, and so people are always unhappy in this province. So in order to keep people happy, he has to take other actions, like he has to keep his army there, he has to build armies there, he has to, I don't know, overfeed the people, he has to not charge them as many taxes. Basically, it causes him problems. So I'm kind of sabotaging him from afar, which is an interesting mechanic, if I can say so myself. But yeah, I don't really think we have anything else that we want to do right now. There's also a technology tree that you guys will need to constantly research. The only thing this actually takes is time. So you always need to be researching something. Right now I'm researching large defenses, and there's all kinds of stuff that you can research. Like, for instance, you can research stuff for your army. You can research this, which allows you to build ships. Not ships, ports. This allows you to build ports, which then allows your troops to actually travel out into sea. This stuff gives you upgrades and allows you to build new structures. I'm not familiar with the entire tech tree of Total War just yet. And so there's technology in terms of war to build, like I said, soldiers, war-related structures and buildings and all that stuff. And then there's also stuff actually related to your economic development as well as buildings development, which is what I'm working on now. The reason I'm working on large defenses is because I want to upgrade this thing, which is like my city. I want to upgrade it to the next level, which is going to become a Barbarian 100, which I have no idea what that means, but it's probably really good because it's going to give me a lot more money per turn, which I actually currently need if I want to expand my armies, because I can't actually expand my armies right now. My armies are pretty small apart from the big one that I have at the bottom there. As a matter of fact, thinking about it, I really should just bring the big army upstairs and not really here. The thing is, I want this army to eventually just slaughter all these guys. That's why I'm keeping this army down here instead. But either way, I'm going to end the turn, and now you guys are going to see how many factions are actually at play in this one campaign. So we got Rome, then we got Macedon, Egypt, Sparta is going to be next because I recognize the symbol. Athens, come on, Parthia, Pontus, Suebi, Seleucid, and this is more factions that you have available to even play with. There's a lot of like factions that you can't actually play with, as in have their own campaign, but you can still like conquer them or ally with them or whatever. One of my side objectives for this particular campaign is actually to eventually take my character to Lusitania. What the hell is this guy doing? He's trying to sabotage my army. What? What the hell just happened? This guy sabotaged my army. He did something. Bastard. Damn it. And in the meantime, these guys came up to the city as well, so I can't actually fight them without engaging the garrison army, which is bad. I'm still curious to see what this guy did. As you can see, this is still the CPU playing out his turns. There's a lot of factions. Really, really lots and lots of factions. This is not looking too good for me right now because I'm still just thinking about whatever the hell this guy did to my army. This friggin' saboteur. He's not even a saboteur, he's a warlord. But either way, he's an agent of the enemy. Saba, Sagartia, Sequani, Sirasis. This is actually one of the parts that actually bores me a little bit, that you have to wait, that they do all their turns, but I understand why. Rhodes, and let's see what happens now. Usually a bunch of stuff happens in your turn as well. Military subversion. An enemy champion has led a brutal assault against one of your patrols. Few have lived to tell the tale. What? Did this guy just kill all my dudes? No, he didn't.
I live to serve the people of Britain.
Whatever. Either way, we're going to have to go ahead and engage here because basically I didn't want it to, but we have to fight them like this. So what we're going to do is, since they obviously have the numbers advantage, well, they don't have the numbers advantage, but they're fighting from within a fortress, which is why they're so much stronger than me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a light gallery and two light galleries and a ladder. And instead of actually attacking them, I'm going to lay siege. So what happens is basically they're going to be taking damage, and I'm going to be taking damage too because I'm basically sieging them. And until basically my objective is they now have like 3 turns, I believe. Yeah, they have 3 turns. If they don't do anything, I instantly win. However, they will usually at the 3rd turn or something, they will come out and face me outside of the city walls, which is really cool because that way I don't have to fight them in their city. So we're going to let that happen there. This city's doing fine. I'm thinking of even just moving my bigger army up there because just in case something happens that that assault does not go according to plan, I'm just going to have my main army in this city. So let's start marching up, boys. Now the main issue is obviously I'm leaving this particular city a little bit unprotected which is bad because I've been investing quite a bit of money on it. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. And so that is actually going to be it for this particular turn. Let's take another turn here. And now the CPU is going to take their own turn. So this is pretty much what you do in the campaign. This is like turn-based until you actually get into a fighting scenario, which we haven't really gotten into. But don't worry, throughout the duration of this video, I will do at least one battle, regardless of what happens in the campaign. But yeah, your objective is to really big just this huge-ass empire. And if you like this kind of stuff, like, you know, political intrigues, because we haven't really had political intrigues, because that stuff also happens, like, every now and then something happens. Like, for instance, I had a guy who said, oh, I was able to retrieve this magical sword from a stone. And basically you have to take decisions on that, and depending on the decision that you took, it will actually be either good or bad for you. So, for instance, when that happened, I had the decision I could have him killed, because maybe I was the reason for having him killed is like he could become a threat, so I could have had him killed, or I could have praised him. So like, oh my God, he's chosen by the gods, so I should praise him and whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. The other option is just do nothing. And I was like, well, if he's claiming that he's got some magical sword that he pulled from a rock, he's probably a crazy person. Just do nothing. So I did nothing. And eventually a lot of people started rallying behind him. And he got so nervous that he was like, oh, it was all a hoax. And basically they killed him. The people themselves killed him. And everybody commended me on my decision. So here we have consequence attrition. And what that means is since I'm sieging, I've lost 117 men during the siege because the enemy army is constantly trying to repel my attacks. Subject gains notoriety. So this is one of the things I told you guys about. Where is this guy, by the way? Papuza, from the mists. A hag has been spotted rising from the mists of a stream. The local people fear she might be a sign from the gods, a sign of terrible misfortune to come. Bury a sacrifice. A hag is a sure sign of a bad harvest. We must make an offering to the gods of the earth to prevent the hag's malice poisoning our crops. Make votive offerings. The hag appeared in the stream. We must make offerings to the gods and goddesses of the river. Only they can protect us from her malice, or do nothing. Once again, I'm a very when it comes to all this religious nonsense, I'm just like, look, do nothing. I don't believe any of that stuff. I'm sure that eventually some of that is going to come back to bite me in the ass, but so far it's been serving me good. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to do any offerings to the gods or to anyone. So. Here's our army.
Ready for orders.
Let's actually continue to move. Can we move all the way over here? Yes, we can. In which case, there.
Travelers.
Now I'm just gonna have like 2 armies over here, ready to kick some ass.
Is there nothing else?
Nope, that's it.
Fight! Fight for your ancestors!
Exactly. Kick their asses. Now we have both our armies there, despite the fact that I got to be careful with this because this particular army is actually in forced march stance, so they're not going to be able to. They actually receive penalties if I'm attacked. Let's see, can we actually do any new buildings? Do anything that gives us more money or something? Nope, nothing. Well, let's end turn then. Move on. But yeah, this particular portion of the game is something that requires quite a bit of patience. And I'm probably doing it wrong. I'm aware of that. Because the way I started with the game, I was trying to be friends with everyone. And it quickly came to me that it's like, look, this game is called Total War. And you're trying to establish diplomatic relationships with everyone. You're not doing it right, Rurikhan. You need to basically be killing and slaughtering and maiming people. And that's not necessarily true. You can actually play Total War a little bit more peacefully, but they do intend you to fight. It is intended that you fight and that you destroy and kill people, and sometimes there's no other choice but to do that. Oh, don't you dare. He's gonna try sabotage. His warlord tries sabotaging my main army, and my general is just like, man, what the hell do you want? Because this general is really leveled up. Like, he's a badass. How many turns we got this siege still going here? Well, regardless of how many turns, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this particular army in raid stance, which basically means that I am just like... I'm raiding. Basically, I'm raiding this particular zone of the map. So that's what I'm going to do as soon as my turn comes. But yeah, besides this, what can you do? So the campaign actually also supports multiplayer, so you can have 2 players simultaneously doing this campaign. Now, whether you guys will do it co-op or competitively will be completely up to you. You guys can be doing it cooperatively, or you can be doing it competitively. That is up to the players. Enemy wounded. Announce. An enemy agent was caught acting against your interests. They were wounded trying to escape. Oh, we actually did not kill him, just wounded him. Faction destroyed. The hag was never seen again, and the gods allowed the people to continue as normal. There, see? Nothing happened. Faction encountered. Triveri, you encountered a new faction. Diplomacy with them is not possible. I don't know how I encountered them. Where the hell are they? Oh, is this them? No, this is my trade route. I have no idea where they were. Either way, we can also use this guy to subvert stuff, right? Since we can't really build things. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is going on? Why is my gold going down? Well, I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and reduce some of that, aren't we? Stance rating.
Burn it down!
Exactly.
Attack!
So basically, this is going to reduce my maintenance cost of this particular army because they're raiding resources from this particular province instead. So I'm going to be receiving more money because I'm raiding there. And that's that. What else can we do? We can actually do something with this guy, most likely. Let's do some kind of sabotage. Subversion. We can raid... Oh, not a lot of chances of success here. We can assault a garrison. Farmers, farmers, farmers. Yeah, let's assault a garrison of farmers. Because why the hell not? I'm going to fail. I know. My agents always fail. Your champion led an assault against an enemy garrison as they patrolled the streets. Few lived to tell the tale. I was successful at 43%. That is surprising. And this guy leveled up. So yeah, your characters also level up. So now I have to go ahead, give him a skill. I'm going to give him Zeal because he's a badass. Yeah, no. Zeal or Paragon? I don't know. Let's go with Paragon, actually, because it increases the chances of actually succeeding when he's doing missions for me, so that's good. Good stuff. Your generals also level up, as well as your armies. So, like, for instance, if you go over to this army, and we go into details, this army has received traditions like Accomplished Skirmishers, 3% missile units, also 3% by melee units, and plus 5% weapon damage by melee units, and minus 5% recruitment costs. These were all things that I've chosen as I was leveling up. My general also has a big set of skills as he leveled up. So how many turns? One more turn and these guys will have to either come out and fight or surrender. And if they do surrender, I'm going to sack the crap out of this place and leave. Because I never stay there. I just sack it and leave. That's the way that I do things. I'm such a scumbag. Either way, we actually have some money now, so we should probably upgrade some of this stuff, get more food, and more 50 wealth from agriculture. That's not bad. No, but I want to save money for this because I'm guessing I'm going to be pretty close in the technology tree to actually, seven turns away from getting large defense. Still 7 turns, 800. Yeah, sounds reasonable. Can we actually move? Yeah, let's move like over here.
Get moving!
Oh, we actually cannot move. Never mind. Because we're in raiding stance, yeah. Either way, let's end the turn. And on top of all this campaign stuff, you can also fight some historic battles that they've done, which are basically scenarios and all kinds of other crazy stuff. And by now we're 30 minutes in and I still haven't fought anyone. Hey, that hasn't really been my choice, but there's going to be a fight this turn, I promise you guys. Now, just how fast of a fight, we will see. Because basically now they have to come out of the city and fight me, because otherwise I will conquer them. So their best hope is just come out of the city and fight me. Actually, it's not even their best hope, it's just the only thing they can do there. See? Now, usually I wouldn't even fight this battle, because if you look here, this is the strength of my force. It's the yellow bar. It is ridiculous. There's nothing that these guys can do against me right now, but control large army. Click here to control a larger army. Holy crap. Okay, well, let's do it. This is going to be a pretty one-sided battle, but I'll try to go into one of the historical battles to show you guys some of that particular action as well. Because this is going to be pretty one-sided. Another thing that that I find is that this is one of the sections of the game that I actually like, the battles themselves. Now, unfortunately, this particular one is going to be yeah. So this is my whole army? No, this is not even my whole army. There's like reinforcements that are going to show up eventually. So let's start the battle. I actually didn't even need reinforcements at this point. Oh, I forgot to even do the deployment. Oh my
Enemy
god.
reinforcements approaching.
I didn't even do the deployment. What an idiot. Oh, wait a second. What? Oh yeah, the rest of my army's arriving. This is gonna be insane. Oh, let's just put everybody here. What? No, wait. Let's put everybody here. Actually, let's put everybody here. Wow, this is like the largest army that I've ever controlled. Oh, Jesus Christ! The units are still coming. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Oh my god. I don't even know what to do with all these units. Look at this. Jesus Christ. Wait, there's more. So let's go ahead and put them in a different formation here. And let's just, there we go. Just like this huge army just ready to wreck everybody's face. Are those guys actually going to get to me before we form up? I hope not. Either way, let's keep it like this. Triple line, and there. This should be it. This army is ridiculous, and this is overkill. Let's speed up. You can actually speed up the speed of the battle instead of just keeping it normal. Come on, everybody form up. This is still not the exact formation we want because they're moving a little bit. Okay, wait. Let's pause here. And okay, I see what you guys are doing. So what we are going to do is this. It's a big ass formation. Boom. Now let's fast forward again. Now, the good thing would be if like I could even just select ranged and melee, but it's just not going to happen with this big ass army. Either way, let's switch to play here. They're actually shooting at me. They shot first. How dare they? Seriously, just look at the ridiculous amount of ranged units I have. Are you guys insane? Like, look. Just die. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to shoot at you guys with all these slingers.
You have our spears?
I mean, just look at this.
The enemy general is dead.
Well, that's what you get for sending your general ahead. Now we just have so much melee that it's like, I don't even know what you guys expect that's going to happen here. Except your utter and complete annihilation. Either way, there really isn't much point to this particular battle. Let's just move on and slaughter everybody. Just make one big blob of units and kill people. Do we even have cavalry? Yeah, we have. We should have just brought... Oh, we forgot these guys. Come on. Oh, go over there. Kill these guys. Kill everyone. This is ridiculous. But yeah, this is the kind of epic scale that you guys can expect. Obviously, a little bit more balanced than this, because this is pretty unbalanced right here. As a matter of fact, this is probably as unbalanced as it gets.
Our general is under attack.
He is? Wow, he must be really scared. now, charge! But yeah, the action camera always defaults to general. But yeah, we can zoom in pretty close to the battle if we want to watch it. Come on, guys! Run! Here comes the charge! Oh wow, poor bastards. You guys don't even have armor. Where are you going? Guys, attack. Please. Attack them, charge them, do things. I have no idea why my guys are just like walking. Can we trample them? Can we trample through these guys? Come on. Just trample through everyone. I mean, something's got to happen when they collide together, right? There we go. That's right, guys. You're all dead. The army is just going to swarm you like a swarm of Zerg. Is anybody still alive even? Come on. Come on, guys. Get real here. Yeah, have I mentioned that I have problems running the game? I needed to... Okay, finally. Jeez. This was pretty sad. There. End battle. Looks like we deployed 3,000 people. That's the most people I've ever deployed. But yeah, that was obviously not the most interesting battle, but do not worry. I will be giving you guys an historical battle. I think you guys got a pretty decent idea of the kind of stuff that you can do during the single-player campaign. Single-player or multiplayer if you so desire. I think you guys got a pretty good idea of that, so now we can move onward. Slice you up, good sir. And like I said, my only objective is to basically sack these guys, so give me money.
Ready for further orders.
Oh, what's this? You guys actually have an army here. Well, what I'm going to do... Oh wait, they're still playing. It's not even my turn yet. This was during Ailden's turn. But as you can see, I'm not really going to conquer them because I don't have any interest in conquering them. As a matter of fact, the province is ridiculously unstable. It would just be a pain in the ass to conquer those guys. The hell is this? He's converting my agent. Damn it. Hopefully he failed. Well, whatever he did, he ranked up, so he gained a level. You are being very annoying, Iblana. I can't wait to bring my big army over there and just assault you guys and destroy your faces. Media Atropatene Nabatea Namnetes Nasamones Adrisian Kingdom Parthava Pergamon Persia Pictones. Something that I would like is that if they would at least allow me to move the map while the computer is making their turns. But I mean, as you guys can see, just like the frame rate just drops to nothing while that's happening, so it doesn't even matter. Either way. Oh, looks like they just placed someone else there. This faction has been destroyed. The people scattered to the wind. Subject gains notoriety. Ridamaros. What the hell did this guy do? Member of your family has been murdered by a brother. The killer is insisting that he had no choice. His brother chopped down a sacred tree and used it for firewood. What? Idiot. Punish him. Seriously? I had no choice. He chopped down a sacred tree, so I killed him. Sorry, that doesn't really compute very well to me.
Stragglers will be left behind.
Oh, it doesn't look like I can actually reach anywhere with this army. That sucks.
We cannot.
Well, this army should be able to basically... It's interesting that this was occupied by the rebels, because now I'm just going to go here and sack it again. Now, instead of actually fighting them, I'm just going to allow an auto-resolve here, because I'm going to win. And I'm going to crush these filthy rebel scum. And I'm going to sack their town again. Can I even do it? Probably. Oh, I still gain money. Good.
Further orders?
And my general leveled up. Yep, that's the way to do it. Either way, this guy is not going to be able... Oh, wait. You can actually move now? Good. In that case, get your ass over there.
Set up a watch.
And you...
For the tribe.
What are we going to do? Well, there really isn't much that we can do. So let's keep the army here because while this particular army is here, it is actually not costing me anything. Well, it's costing me something, but it's not costing me as much as if he's actually on my lands. So, yeah, we're going to keep that there. And I'm just going to save game because I think I gave you guys a pretty good idea. I'm going to be continuing this this particular playthrough later on. I'm not sure if I'm going to be recording it, though. Depends on whether you guys want to watch it or not. But right now, we're going to exit back to main menu. So, what you guys can do is, the prologue is basically a tutorial. When you create a new campaign, these are all the things that you can create. Like, for instance, even in the Roman campaign, there's 3 different sub-campaigns, the House of Cornelia, Julia, and Junia. Then in Carthage, there's also 3 factions. There's 2 factions of the Eastern Empires. There's 1 faction for the Britannic tribes, which is what I'm doing. 1 faction for these guys, the Gallic tribes. Successor kingdoms of Macedon and Egypt. And then there's also the Germanic tribes of Suebi and whatever. I don't know. I thought there was supposed to be Sparta as well. I guess maybe that's some DLC or something. I don't know. Either way, these are all the campaigns that you have available. So all of these campaigns supposedly give you somewhat of a different experience. So that is something to keep in mind. And now you also have historical battles, like I said. And then there's custom battles where you can just like set up your own skirmishes. There's multiplayer, usual multiplayer options, as well as multiplayer, campaign. And then there's these, which are historic battles. Battle difficulty normal, raffia. I just wanted to see like a simple battle that wouldn't take too long. I believe the Carthage one is really, really big. This one is the Germanic one, so let's just do raffia.
It is 217 BC, a century after the death of Alexander the Great. His successors still vie for dominance over the once prosperous...
Okay, yes. Oh wow, we have elephants and everything in this battle. I've never used elephants. As a matter of fact, I've never used a lot of the stuff here, but it looks like it's a straightforward battle, just set up and go, so this is good. There are also different types of sieges that you can make, like you can actually go and siege a town. When you siege a town, you'll have to like siege the gates or use siege weapons to destroy the walls, and then gain entrance to the town and control certain points of interest. There are also naval battles, although I'm not that fond of naval battles. I really don't like the way that those work. So I guess we just have to press start battle here. You get a little intro. I'm going to skip through it. Do we get a deployment stage?
My lord, the Seleucid forces approach
No, we don't
us.
get a deployment
Our
stage.
elephants
Holy
will not
crap.
stand being close to those of the enemy. Please avoid them at all costs.
Sure thing. Looks like we got cavalry here.
Battle group
So
awaiting orders.
we'll form
Commander.
these guys. These guys are like, what, melee? Okay, these guys are melee, so we'll form... No, actually, these should be 1.
Disbanding battle group.
And these guys
command.
are ranged. So this will be group 2.
Grouped and awaiting orders.
And now let's add these guys to group 3. There. Either way, I've been
We
wasting
await your
way too much
command.
time. Oh wow, look at that.
Quick
That is
march,
pretty
ready and
impressive.
waiting.
I'm going to get my ass kicked in this particular battle, but
At speed.
let's try and do some kind of a crazy flanking maneuver, which I always fail to do. Like, let's set up this cavalry, like, over here.
Forward. For Pharaoh, the divine. Pikemen.
Wow, they're really spreading themselves thin there. Let's try and use that to our advantage. Well, they might just encircle us, though. That concerns
Advance
me.
at speed.
We also have those elephants over there.
At your service.
Let's set up this cavalry in a flanking position as well. Not that I even know what the hell I'm talking about, but... What the hell is this?
Your orders.
Chariots! Oh, these look cool. I could probably, like, run everybody down if I was able to set these up correctly.
At speed.
Then there's elephants, which I've never really used before. So these are the enemy elephants. Oh, the enemy elephants are actually going towards this cavalry.
Cavalry!
Will cavalry be able, like, considering the number of cavalry that I have here? Oh, what the hell are they doing? Ooh, they're setting up the chase after this cavalry, or what? I say, charge!
Fearless warriors! Warriors eager for blood!
War elephant!
Here comes their cavalry.
We await your
This cavalry?
command.
Yes, there is. Let's go. These chariots. No, 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 no. What are you doing?
Chariots at your command.
Fine, charge. Well, we got the flank attack, so we should have had.
Pack them
What are you doing?
down. Swift riders
Back there.
at your command.
Elephants,
War elephant!
run! You guys charge.
Orders!
At your
Charge.
service. Pikes!
Charge.
Cut them down!
What the hell is going on
Yours to
here?
command!
Charge.
Pack them down!
Charge here.
Orders. Advance at speed!
That's right. Boom. Now, if I had any idea what I'm actually doing in terms of strategy, you should know that cavalry and that. What the hell is happening? Where are my ranged dudes? Are these ranged? Attack there. These guys are ranged. There's my elephants. Run! Run, elephants! Chase into them!
Orders understood!
This cavalry is going to flank the crap out of me.
Yes, command! As you
I think I've lost most of my army at this point.
ready and waiting. Orders understood. As you
Except for these archers, these guys are actually doing pretty good, aren't they? This cavalry?
by
Yes,
your
it is. Let's
command.
move out and recharge.
Back them.
Elephants, what are you doing? Do things. Make things happen.
Ptolemaic cavalry.
Now charge back again.
Cut them down!
These archers are doing good job.
Your service.
What are you guys doing? Oh, these guys are all running. Psst, terrible. Shameful display. Well, we should really rally up our troops. Why can't I select anything?
Aye.
Because everybody's like fighting something, so I can't really do much.
Elephants ready for battle. My lord. And honor. Orders.
And we've pretty much lost this battle. But yeah,
Antiochus has managed to defeat us. Egypt will surely fall.
yeah, Egypt is surely gonna fall. But yeah, basically this battle is a little bit too advanced for me. I haven't really played with any of those units. I haven't done a whole lot of skirmishes, just smaller skirmishes in that big slaughter that you guys have seen. But yeah, that is Total War Rome 2. Now, my final conclusions are that the title has had quite a few bugs, more specifically in terms of the naval battles, as well as sometimes even in just the normal battles, the AI will do some really, really dumb things. Like this one time I was defending a fortress and I was able to basically decimate the AI because they never really committed to the assault. Like, they had vastly superior forces, but they kept not committing to assault, and every time that they would go in close to my gate, basically my slingers or whatever the hell they're called, they would just kick ass, and eventually I tore through their entire army with this really ragtag militia band that I hadn't even maintained. So it does have a couple of glitches here and there. However, if you enjoy this type of strategy, I'm really not sure what competition this particular game has out there in the market. I mean, the hybrid of the campaign is pretty unique, and it's actually got me interested in it, which is something that, for me to get interested in a strategy game, it takes quite a bit, specifically one like this one that has the component of the management of the realm and whatnot, not realm, empire, whatever, the management of the empire and all that stuff. It takes quite a bit to get me interested, but I am interested. But still, this particular game has quite a select target audience. So if you like what you saw, it's probably going to be a good title for you. If, however, you feel that you're not going to like managing the troops, keeping them in formation, and managing your empire, it's probably not going to be a game for you, because this is definitely nothing like a StarCraft or one of those games that require a high level of APMs. Sure, high level of APMs will help you, but it is not the deciding factor. The deciding factor here is tactics and maintaining your troops in formation and that kind of stuff, as well as the empire management side of things, if that is what you're doing. Either way, as per usual, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below. Leave me your comments, feedback, all the kinds of good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one.